Hello, everybody. Welcome to Umoja Flute Institute's podcast. My name is Holly Shogbesan, and I am the chair of the Education Committee.
My name is Christian Lampkin, and I'm the chair of the Masterclass and Workshop Committee.
My name is Anthony Trionfo, and I'm the chair of the Development Committee and also a member of the Education Committee.
So we're really glad to have you all here. This is going to be a quarterly podcast where we share interviews, information. We share about our donors, all the people that help make Umoja Flute Institute run, and also sharing a little bit more about our committee members since we're such a new organization.
Yes, I would like to take a moment to thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart for your donations to the Umoja Flute Institute. Everything that we're doing, from our commissioning project to our scholarship opportunities to each and every event that we're hosting this summer and beyond, including this podcast, would not be possible without you. Your generosity warms my heart, and it brings me so much joy to welcome you all to the Umoja family. Thank you again.
Okay, so real quickly, we'll just share a little bit about ourselves and how Umoja came to be. I live in Oakland, California. I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri. I teach band, middle school band, orchestra, choir, kind of everything. And I'm a flute player. I've been playing the flute since sixth grade. And last year, I really hadn't been affiliated too much with a lot of flute players, but I joined the Flutists of Color group, and through there, I saw a post about Valerie Coleman and Dr. Jackie Arrington wanting to start an organization for Black flute players. And that really appealed to me because I honestly maybe knew two Black flute players. And so I really wanted to be a part of that.
Yeah, so I got involved with the Umoja Flute Institute as well, kind of similar to Holly through the Flutists of Color Facebook page. And I was also connected to everybody in our board after we performed The Mess at the NFA Summer Series in 2020 by Allison Loggins Hull. And so it's kind of full circle to see that she's coming back to help us with our project here for the Education Committee. So super excited about that. But I originally am from Denver, Colorado, grew up in Abu Dhabi, attended undergraduate at the University of Northern Colorado, and then taught band in Northeast Colorado for about 4 years, and then came to the University of Iowa to get my master's degree, 2 master's degrees, one in flute performance, the other in music education at the University of Iowa with Professor Nicole Esposito. And now I'm going to be embarking on my doctorate at the University of South Carolina with Jennifer Parker Harley, and also teaching at South Carolina State University this fall. So yeah, super excited to be a part of this awesome team with amazing people from all different walks of life that also play the flute.
This is Anthony again. I am from originally Las Vegas, Nevada, and of course a flute player. It was amazing growing up there. A surprisingly great flute community. I continued my studies. I was just obsessed with the instrument. Went to Interlochen Arts Academy, a boarding school in Michigan for a few years, and then did my studies, both undergrad and graduate degrees at the Colburn School in Los Angeles. And now I'm based in Columbus, Ohio, close to my family, and I absolutely love it. A lot of my work is performing and teaching. I'm on the roster of Young Concert Artists, which is a management company based out of New York. And so a lot of my work comes through them. And I joined Umoja as well. Similar to Holly, I had limited exposure to any flutists of color, especially Black flutists. And when this call came out by Valerie Coleman, I just knew I had to be a part of it. And it's been such a wonderful journey. And we're such a family. And it's amazing to be a part of this festival. And it's going to continue growing into something that you're not going to want to miss out on. So I'm very honored and happy to be a part of Umoja.
This is Christian, the co-chair for the workshop committee. After selecting proposals that were presented for our virtual summer series, Zoe Cagan was selected. Her workshop proposal is entitled So Your Music School Programmed a Black Artist. So What? A discussion on after effects of Black programming. I was super fortunate enough to have Zoe Cagan join us for an interview talking a little bit more about her journey as a flutist and also about what people might expect when they attend her session. So, Zoe, thank you so much for being here with us today. We're so excited for your proposal. The first question I just wanted to start off with asking you is, where you're from, where you did your studies in school, and what got you playing the flute?
Okay, hi. So I'm originally from Houston, Texas. I went to my undergrad at University of Texas in Austin, where I studied with Marian Gadigian. Now I currently go to New England Conservatory, where I study with Paula Robeson. And then this upcoming year, I'll be studying with Cindy Myers. I basically started flute in elementary school because my band director said that I had flute hands. I had no idea what that meant, but I went with it, and here we are.
Yeah, that's awesome. Very
Yes.
cool. And so that's just kind of what got you playing the flute, was just your band director making that impression on you.
Well, and then after years of playing, I finally had my first flute teacher whose name is Jennifer Keeney, and she's literally changed my entire life. Like, I honestly don't think I'd be here if it wasn't for her.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, she's so great. So tell us a little bit about your proposal and what people can expect to get out of it when they attend it for the Flute Institute.
Sure. So what I was thinking about is, like, this year we saw a big surgence of schools and institutions programming Black composers. I mean, we still have yet to see if that's going to keep happening,
Right.
but I've noticed a couple main things that happens after it actually gets put on the program. And I just kind of wanted to open up a discussion to see what other people have experienced and what other people have observed. But the first thing I noticed is, one, the performance goes really, really well. Everyone is excited about it and everyone's knowledgeable about it. However, I've only ever seen something go really, really well in small chamber settings, like 4 or 5 people. So it's like kind of getting a discussion, like, what are the conditions to make a really great performance of these works? The second thing I notice is that the ensemble itself, in large ensembles, it's not convincing, and it's not necessarily a matter of ability. It's just more so a matter of engagement and excitement. Yeah. I've heard straight from a conductor's mouth, this is Florence Price. She was a Black American composer. Let's get started. And that's the only that's the only thing they get started with, and it ends up being unconvincing because the 1 or 2 people in the ensemble who are making a difference aren't enough. Right. So then it's like kind of discussing what can we do when we go back into our institutions to get the same level of education about these composers that we get with, like, Mahler. Like, why do we talk so much about these other guys? And but Florence Price gets, oh yeah, she was Black. So
right.
And then the third thing that happens is that the Black people in the ensemble finally get a chance to shine. And it's the one time that it's clear who has the advantage. And I feel like the word advantage never really comes up for us. But it's so clear. And these are just my observations of what happens. But while the Black person has finally a chance to shine, it's like, one, how do we create more of these situations that the Black students have a chance to shine outside of cultural programming? But then 2, like, how do we also, I don't know, get other people up to par with other cultural programming, because it goes past just Black composers. It goes past, like, African-American composers. It just goes all past it. So it's just kind of a discussion on those 3 points and seeing what everyone else thinks. Because, I mean, the more we can talk about things, the more we can figure out how we go back into our whites institutions and try to change them, I guess. Yeah, that's the gist of it.
Wow, that is just so powerful. I'm like, I have chills just like hearing you talk about it, because it's just so right, and it's so what we need. And I love the series that you're doing with NEC on different composers on Instagram. I've seen it. You're probably posting it like other places too, but I'm just like in love with everything you're doing with that.
Thank you.
Because,
Yes.
yeah, I when you found, I forgot which composer off the top of my head because I'm like writing such a huge list of like different composers from your series from that, but there was one that was actually homosexual. He was a person who identified as
Julius
homosexual.
Eastman.
Yes, that was
Julius Eastman.
amazing to me that you were like kind of finding people from like centuries back, like, you know what I mean? Because I feel like you were saying, like there's so many people who are trying to like find like composers that are living now today, but then it's like we have to take a step back and like realize how many people throughout history have been oppressed. You know what I mean? And so I think that's what's just like amazing about the work that you're doing. And I think
thank you.
So awesome. Yeah, like we're just so excited. So we're just a little curious, why did you apply to Umoja?
Well, I mean, honestly, I saw y'all on Facebook and I was like, what is this? And I got so excited because I was like, yes. I don't know what it is, but yes, absolutely. Sorry, I don't know if I'm like blasting out your microphone, but I think it's literally something that I've been waiting to see, and it's so exciting to see the board and all of you put together and come together and all your hard work to make something like this blossom and bloom, because really truly, like, there's only so many of us. Right. And to see these faces, knowing how incredible everyone is on the board, especially, and seeing as how you want to reach out into our community. I'm just so excited to see where this goes. And I'm just so excited I could be a part of this. And
yeah, no, I mean, I think we're super excited that you're going to be a part of it too, and just contribute so much amazing work that you've been doing as well. So just kind of segueing to our last little question, I'm curious, what do you hope the future holds for Black flutists? I know that was deep.
Yeah, I guess really the space to be, this is going to sound so cheesy, I'm sorry, but just the space to be ourselves and not having to feel like we have to walk the line of not being good enough because we see how other people have resources and access to things. And then also walking the line of knowing we have to be twice as good for a portion of the recognition. And I just want us to be, and be in community with each other and have true joy in this field without any issues that come up, just something we can do together and not have any crazy issues. I just hope for peace. Peace and like within ourselves and with our communities. Yeah.
And I just want to thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today and share a little bit about your proposal. And I'm super excited for this whole event to happen at the end of July. So
yes,
so much.
I'm excited too. Thank you for calling. Thank you for reaching out. Again, I'm super excited as well.
Yes, it's going to be great.
This is Anthony again, and we wanted to thank you so much for listening to the first ever Umoja Flute Institute podcast. You're a very special bunch of people, and we're so happy to have you. Stay tuned for more updates from not only the Education Committee, but Umoja in general, as we continue to develop our compositional project with Allison Loggins Hull, and for the festival that's coming up right around the corner. We have so much going on, and you're not going to want to miss any of it. Don't forget, if you're not able to attend any of the events, they'll be archived on our website for at least a year. So there's time. Don't worry about it. The next podcast will come out soon, and we will have so much more to update you on, and we're really excited about all of the developments happening. Some of them are secrets. We can't give you all of that information, but stay tuned. All right. Love ya. Bye.